You spent a lot of time today talking about how people who think that they can beat the market averages are probably fooling themselves, how much tougher it's gotten to be a value investor or even just an investor in general. And I was just wondering, do you think the golden era of investing is over?
Well, not forever.
Why?
Well, because I think it isn't like the last recession or the last big opportunity that the world is ever going to get is past. There'll be opportunities in the future. There are times that are easier and there are times which are harder.
So is right now tougher just because valuations have come up so much?
Of course.
So you think
A, the valuations have come up, and B, the competition sorting through those opportunities is more intelligent and more aggressive and more numerous. Of course it's harder.
Do you think that the
net result is people are going to get worse results?
Do you think that the number of people who are smarter, who have better information than they used to, that will go down, or it will just be a question of valuations coming down at some point?
Well, I think valuations will go up and down because they always have. And I think we'll have smart people in this game forever. Lots of them. The opportunities that we all remember came from a demoralized period when about 90% of the natural stock buyers got very discouraged with stocks. That's what created the opportunity for these fabulous records that my generation had. And that was a rare opportunity that came to a rare group of people, of whom I was one, and Warren was another.
So you're talking...
And people who start now have a much less... they have lower opportunity.
Do you think we saw a generational low after 2008, beginning of 2009?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think the Bank of America is going to be cheaper.
He compared constantly the idea of being a value investor to being a cod fisherman. He said the people are still out there, but you're fishing in the same spot, and the fish have kind of moved on. They're not there anymore. And it's a lot harder to find things that aren't fairly valued. It's harder to find things that aren't living up where you can buy in and really make a big killing very quickly on those things. Now, he did say that potentially it'll come along again at some point. Does not think that we've seen some huge drop-offs. And I asked him about the lows that we saw back on December 24th. He said, look, that happened so briefly. It's really hard to be standing there. And he said, it's kind of like you have to be a spear fisherman who's standing there with the spear waiting and waiting and waiting to spear one big fish and hit when that moment strikes. And that it's just a lot harder than it used to be.